Vancouver journalist Bob Mackin has uncovered new details into the case of a young Aboriginal woman named Paige. Bob, what can you tell us?
Well, back in May, Mary Ellen Turpin-Lafond, who's the watchdog for children and youth in British Columbia, did a report called Paige's Story. And this report was what Mary Ellen Turpin-Lafond said was one of the most difficult her office had ever had to do, because this was about an Aboriginal young woman who died in April 2013, age 19, shortly after age 19, her birthday, that she died in a drug overdose in a washroom near Oppenheimer Park on Vancouver's downtown east side. And Mary Ellen Turpin-Lafond pieced together the last years especially of her life, but also went all the way back to her birth essentially, and looked at this situation of the hardship that she went through by being a mostly neglected and or abused Aboriginal young woman here in British Columbia, and how the system failed her. That whether it was the hospital emergency rooms, whether it was the police, whether it was the Ministry of Children and Family Development, no one did anything to uphold the social safety net to save this girl from the problems she faced on her own and the problems she faced in a terrible family situation, as well as the problems of being a young Aboriginal woman in the downtown east side of Vancouver, which is notorious for being a dangerous place for women, especially Aboriginal women, to live.
Okay, now what's the latest step? Since Turpin-Lafond released her report, has more action been taken?
Oh, she was in contact with the Vancouver Police. The Vancouver Police then decided to hand over the file to the RCMP, and I got information that the Vancouver Coastal Health and Providence Healthcare are both under investigation. There's sections of the law that deals with family, children, and community services that say that if there is abuse, whether it's physical, sexual, emotional, or neglect, or if social services agencies are not fulfilling their duties, then they could be prosecuted. The law says, and Mary Ellen Turpin-Lafond was quite clear, that any instances of known neglect or abuse have to be reported to the authorities. And that doesn't just mean for those who are in charge of social services and children and family and law enforcement and healthcare in BC, but that even boils down to citizens, that if people know about abuse and neglect of children in BC, they have to be reported to the authorities. And that's what this appears to be centering around, is the police are apparently looking to find who did drop the ball in this case, who did not do what they should have done.
Have you heard from the health authorities yet? Has anyone said anything to you?
The health authorities right now are deferring to the police. I'm hoping that they may open up and talk more. Of course, this puts a cloud over their operations. Again, these are right now still allegations, allegations based on Mary Ellen Turpin-Lafond's report, and it's a police investigation, so there's no charges yet. We don't know how this is going to move, how fast it'll move, what kind of twists and turns it might take. But Mary Ellen Turpin-Lafond was quite encouraged, though, that this is now in the hands of police, and that this may be the first time that these clauses of the law may be actually tested, that police agencies are going out there and trying to find out if indeed the government agencies, taxpayer-funded agencies, especially the health authorities, did not do what they should have done, which is the duty to keep care of children in BC.
Okay, thanks, Bob.
Thank you.